Thanks for staying with us. We're talking to Imran Khan on Pakistan's woes and his solution to them. I want to move on to the US because US bashing is the other part of your argument. You on TV just the other night, and you've got this new line going. You say that everything the PPP government, the PPP-led coalition is doing is under the NOC of the Americans. That's your new thing. It's a new tag word.
Yeah,
that unless the Americans give an NOC, this government will not do anything.
Which is blaming the People's Party government. Look, let me clear, Wajahat. I am not anti any country, either Americans or India. I am against the policies, and I oppose this from day one.
Nobody's saying you're anti-American.
Consistently, I have said that this is a moronic policy,
now
and it has been proven.
Now let's talk about the policy. Washington Post, 3 weeks ago, Obama offers strategic partnership to Pakistan. This is the story. They're offering us, in a letter delivered by James Jones, the former general who's now the NSA, the National Security Advisor. He came in, met Zardari, gave a personal letter from Obama saying that he wants to expand military and economic cooperation. He went on to say, we can't succeed without Pakistan. You have to differentiate between public statements and reality. There's nobody who is under any illusions about this. You're not going to win in Afghanistan, and if you don't win in Afghanistan, then Pakistan will automatically be imperiled. That will make Afghanistan look like child's play. The Americans are changing tact. And speaking of doing more, you know who Obama has stressed we should do more against? You say there's 30 groups operating, you agree with the army. Obama has called for closer collaboration against all extremist groups, but pointed out just 5. Here they are: Al-Qaeda, the Afghan Taliban, the Haqqani Network, the Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, the Pakistani Taliban, also known as the TTP. That's it. He just wants to deal with those guys. He's saying, the rest, you figure it out on your own, Pakistanis. And these guys are attacking us. He's not going all out. He's not saying take out the tribal elders like Al-Qaeda and the TTP guys.
I wish I was the Pakistani Prime Minister at this stage, and you know what I would have done? I would have said thank you very much for all this money, but please keep it. Thanks, but no thanks. Keep your money. And I would have said that I am no longer going to be part of this insane and immoral war where my army is bombing its own people, where there are 400,000 refugees outside Waziristan today, women and children in this bitter cold in these camps, hundreds of thousands of... Hold on. Hold on. Let me just complete what I'm saying. You're asking me questions, and I'll tell you what I would have done. My country and my people should come first. And how I would have dealt with the insurgents, I would have pulled my army out. I would have started talking to the people in all the tribal areas, won them over to my side, and with the Frontier Corps, I would have isolated the real terrorists, whether it's Al-Qaeda, whether the jihadi who want to impose some sort of an Islamic system here on the point of a gun. I would have taken care of them through my tribal people and through the Frontier Corps. I would have pulled my army out. You know why I say this?
Why?
Because what we are doing right now is a never-ending war. Pakistan is going to sink under
What about the
fact? The money Americans are giving us is peanuts.
What about
it's not going to help Pakistan.
We'll get to the money later. This is an ideological argument about military policy, right? Surge first, talk later. That's what people who would argue with you would say. Iraq is an example. Iraq was hell versus Pakistan and Afghanistan a couple of years ago. It was blowing up, right? 6,000 casualties average per year since the occupation. How did they stop it? What did they do? They did 2 things. Hear me out. 1, a surge. More troops. Bush, for whatever his issues, actually increased the number of troops available. Secondly, and this was very strange for the Americans, they were part of the Sunni awakening. They worked with local tribes, for example, in the Al-Anbar province, which is your strategy. Work with the local population and separate them from the real jihadists, from the real terrorists.
Thank you very much, Wajahat.
Right? That's what Pakistanis are saying today. That's what the supporters of this surge in Afghanistan are saying today, that fight first, and defeat them till they're in a position to talk, and then talk to them.
So what you have said is what I've been saying throughout. Win the people over to your side, you win the war on
No, but you're saying don't fight at all.
No.
Without any fight right now.
This fighting is madness. They don't understand. First of all,
it's worked in Iraq.
No. But Iraq is different to Afghanistan. You know why it's different? Because there were different groups. And secondly, the people were sick of what Al-Qaeda was doing. Al-Qaeda was killing civilians. People were workers. Anyone who worked for the government, they started killing them. And so people turned against them, and guess who they used against the Al-Qaeda? They used Sunnis against Al-Qaeda. They armed them. They built an army of 70 or 80,000 people. They armed them and used them, and that's how they curtailed the violence. It wasn't the surge. But in Afghanistan, this is a completely different situation. The Pashtun tribes throughout the history, if anyone knows the history, whenever a foreigner comes, they always get together.
Right.
Now, hold on. They're not going to be able to divide them. And why have they not succeeded so far in Afghanistan?
Imran, they have tried to talk to them.
No,
Let's
but why
be
haven't they
honest.
succeeded right now? Tell me, it's the greatest military machine in the history of mankind. There were 10% of Afghanistan under Taliban. Today, 80% is there.
History proves that these people have never been conquered. 1. 2, hearts and minds. The real battle's lost. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. But here's my position. My position is, you say let's talk, let's not fight. Now, I've already presented to you the Iraq argument, where you fight and you talk, and you fight and you talk, and you weaken them and you put them in a position. It's a left and right. It's a boxing match.
Hold on 1 minute. I'm a politician. Politicians do not use military means to solve problems. Military in Pakistan's history, operations have always exacerbated the situation. East Pakistan, anywhere, take anyone. Even Lal Masjid, there were 50 suicide attacks after that moronic operation.
Hold that thought.
So hold on.
Gotta take a break.
I want to complete just one thing. Where is the political process going while these operations are going on? Where are the politicians today? The politicians have abdicated all their responsibility to the army.
Okay.
So the operations are going on, but where's the political process?
More on both the army. I have a follow-up for you for the army, as well as a follow-up for you for talking to these guys. You got to take a short break here. Stay tuned to Talk Back with Imran Khan.